out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big, big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? Is he gonna go live? What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Akerman. It's art by Akerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Akerman. Art by Akerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Akerman.
All right. Good morning. It is time for Mod Squad. It's a Curtis Akerman takeover, but not fully because we've got Stacy here. Good morning, Stacy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good morning. I'm just lovely. Been sick all week, but feel better now. So that's good.
That's good. That's good. Well, this is my first time doing this on Saturday morning. I watch you guys all the time, but I actually, woke up early and got stuff together, and I feel excited to actually be painting, especially this early in the morning. So
Yeah.
do you have
I like painting this early.
yeah, it's I think anything that you like force yourself to just get up and do in the morning, whether it's, working out, doing something creative, like I don't know, it's kind of hard to just start, but then once you do, you feel good about yourself and you feel good about, just getting a good start to the day, right?
Yes, exactly. That's why I like working out first thing.
For
Because
sure.
it starts your day off really good.
Well, we do have a few folks out there. We are, just so everybody's aware, we are live on both the Art by Akerman channel as well as the Legions Ladies Live. So you can feel free to watch on either channel or both or whatever. I see Freaks Figures has made a comment on both Art by Akerman as well as Legions Ladies Live. So he's hopping back and forth on each. So welcome. Then we've got looks like Mark is here, Crom 316. So welcome, Mark. And then we've got Hank as well. So he says happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Hank. And William's here this morning. Says good morning, folks. Good morning, William. And we got J Mac. Also says good morning. Good morning, J Mac. So that is everybody so far. Why don't we tell the folks what we're working on? You go ahead and start. What you got going on?
Well, I'm still doing my swig, my Mod Squad inspired swig. So last week I did the top part of them, her, not, so I got that, and I've had the legs. I also did the feet. So today I think I'm gonna work on the gauntlets, right? And then this part. And then I might get to the skin. I'm still deciding what color I want to paint his skin.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Well, a few days ago, I had upwards of 18 projects on my desk, and I hadn't painted in a while. And since then, I've knocked out two of the projects, and I'm on a third one. This is one that actually I painted with you guys on a Wednesday night a while back ago, and been working on this slowly. This is my D&D character for our mythic role-playing game that we're playing. And I actually have, it was inspired by a picture that Jordan had given me. I just gave him a few prompts, so I've put that on the screen there. And so it's a minotaur. It's like a gladiator minotaur. So that's the picture that Jordan gave me that I've been using in our game. And so I'm building a character around that. So I'm at the point where a lot of it is done. So like here's the waist piece. Here's like the pauldrons. And so a lot of this is already complete, but there's just some spots where like I got to touch up, like the gold went a little bit in the black here, and so it's a little bit of touch up work. I think I've got to do his eyes. Um, so I believe his eyes are red in there. Yeah. So got to do his eyes, got to do his teeth. So I've got some like just little itty bitty things to do on this, but I should be able to, I think, finish this today.
Yeah.
That's the goal anyway. So I see Benny's joined us on both channels. Welcome, Benny. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the game plan. I do know we've got just under an hour before the test shots drop. So for anybody that's looking for those, that's going to be hitting here at the top of the hour. So I will be trying to get one of those as well. And other than that, I think that's about it. There is a Paladin Cleric giveaway today. So Dub3, let's start a photo on Instagram, had donated a Paladin Cleric to try to help get Hedgehog to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you are subscribed to the Hedgehog Action YouTube channel, which I mean, come on, you got to be.
Yeah.
And then if you're also subscribed to Purple Gang Gang, tonight on the Purple Gang Gang channel, they will be giving away a Paladin Cleric to somebody there. So I know those things are going for crazy money right now, and it's a really super cool figure. So if you want your chance to win one for free, all you got to do is be subscribed to both channels and be in the comments tonight. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right. Well, I guess let's get going. If anybody, I will try to keep up with the comments as well. So if anybody has any comments, feel free to throw them out there, and I will do my best to keep up with them. So we'll be using my new brushes.
Yeah. Which I love. They're my favorite.
I,
They just feel so good in your fingers.
yeah,
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 they do.
they're very ergonomic.
Yeah. Which, I didn't even know what that word was. So,
Yeah. Well, that's because it's not really a word.
yeah. Well, even the right word, I still didn't
There you
know what
go.
it meant. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I went back. I was giving Kevin McCoy some crap because I pulled up the original like writing and stuff that I gave him. Which, by the way, I mean the original like box art that I did was absolutely atrocious, and he did a much better job of like putting it together. But one thing that he did was he changed the spelling of ergonomic to ergonomic, and
Mm,
so now we've been playing it off as if that's a word. It's a customizing word.
I mean,
So
you know what? I wouldn't have known. So,
yeah. So
which I
but
didn't read the back of the box anyway.
it's been
I
fun though. So yeah. He's like, I swear I know how to spell it. I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's funny. So all right, get all this stuff ready. Crom says it's a word now. That's right. That's right. It's
Yeah,
become a
right.
word. William Golden just popped in, says morning. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. All right, I think I'm gonna start with doing some dry brushing.
Yeah, so Tanya's going to the West Virginia State Fair today. So that's why she's not here.
Nice.
Our county fair starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
And my son, Zane, this year, because his girlfriend is in 4-H, he decided to join 4-H and have
Not Four
ducks.
Horsemen people. This is
No,
the other
not for
4-H.
horsemen. Yeah, the other 4-H. He decided to join that and have ducks,
Hmm.
which we've not had them at our house. They've been at his girlfriend's house, but he's going to show these ducks. So later today, we have to help them get the ducks to the fair, set them up, and then he has to be at the fair all week to to take care of these ducks and show the ducks and yeah.
Nice.
So since I was sick all week, like, it really sucked because I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta be better because I gotta go to the fair
Right.
at least a couple days." And yeah, luckily I'm feeling better.
I wish joining Four Horsemen was as easy as that. I declare that I'm going to be in 4-H.
Right, I know, right?
Yeah.
I just wanna get to go to intern 1 year.
Yeah. You haven't been yet?
Nope, and we didn't get picked this year either, so
Hmm.
maybe next year. We're still gonna come on Wednesday, though.
Yeah. I did. I end up, I will be, Darlin, I will be there for intern. If we weren't able to go, though, um, I know I was talking to Dennis Derby, and he said that the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York is like 50 minutes away, and
Mhm.
apparently it's got like the largest like medieval armory exhibit in the world.
Oh,
So
I think, Steph Orkins, um, her and Eric LeBron went there and took pictures,
oh, nice.
and
Um,
I think they posted on the Cabal. I'm not sure. It was a while ago.
yeah, so I think that if we weren't gonna go to intern, that's I think what we were gonna do because that just sounds like a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I know Dennis was showing me a picture. I think it was Henry VIII's armor, which
Mhm.
apparently Henry VIII was like 6'6" and like a couple 100 pounds, and like dude's armor was huge.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do. I know, well, me and Tanya were talking about doing a Mod Squad, uh, live at the hotel. I think we might do
Yeah,
that Wednesday night? I'm not
yeah, I think
sure.
that's what she told me too. So, which is cool. I don't know what's going on with the events and stuff. Like I know last year we did, like a customizing studio event,
Mhm.
and but like all of that stuff, whether it's like the podcast and the different things that are going on, like it's all based on the schedule that Jeremy puts out and what rooms are available and that kind of thing. So I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. He hasn't put out table assignments or um, you know what the schedule is of events and stuff. So we'll have to see kind of how that goes.
I know, I'm getting so excited. I love Legion's Con,
Oh, so great.
and
I mean,
it's just so weird.
not all of us get it to celebrate it on our birthday, like as part of a whole big celebration, but
True. Yeah, I know, which it's so funny though how Brian's like, "Oh, you're not gonna wanna go go because it's on your birthday." And I'm like, yeah, I do." Which is weird because, like, I mean, if you had asked me 5 years ago,
hmm
"Would you be excited to go to a con in New Jersey on your birthday?" I would have said no.
yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, before this community, I never like went anywhere, like any like destinations. Like, if anything, we would maybe go like an hour away from our house and like stay in just a city just to kind of get away from the house for a while. But you know, just never really went anywhere. But I couldn't imagine if somebody told me, well, you're gonna start taking a vacation for an entire week in New Jersey each year. I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy.
Right.
Uh, but looks like we got a few comments out here. William says, enjoyed watching you paint the bust last year, Curtis. Fast but impressive. Yeah, that's always fun with intern. I know a lot of people don't paint those busts, because they just either they're intimidated by it or they just like the natural look of it, like the way that it comes out with the gray. It kind of looks like a test shot. And I was not planning on painting mind there the first year that I went to intern. And then Jeremy put it in my hand and said, "You've got an hour. Let's see what you can do." And it was just like this challenge thing. So I had to. And so
Mhm.
now anytime that I get the opportunity to paint one of those busts, I, you know, try to whip it out and see what I can do with it. Um, Crom says, should I show up at the hotel on Thursday to start meeting people or just wait until Friday? My take is show up as early as you are able to show up. I am
Mhm.
going in on Monday this year. Darla and I are going to show up on Monday, and we're going to be there from Monday to Monday. Um, Now, last year we were there Tuesday through Monday, and I will tell you on Tuesday, there weren't a whole lot of people there, but the people that I did see are people that I don't get to see all year long. So it's to me, it's worth the extra time just to be able to spend that little bit of time with those people you don't get to see all year long. So that would be my take. I don't know what's your take on that, Stacy.
Yes, I would say get there as early as you can, cause yeah, we got there Thursday last year,
Mhm.
and, a lot of people are already there, so you get to hang out with lots of people, and plus, not everybody is there yet, so yeah, you get to hang out with more people more intimately
Yeah.
on the first couple nights.
I would
Um
say like the time that it starts picking up really is Wednesday night because you've got intern Thursday morning. So Wednesday night you'll get a bunch of people showing up at the hotel and they'll gather around the fire pit outside and we'll watch Jeremy's Mythic Conversations on Wednesday
Mhm,
around the fire pit, which is really cool. And he's usually doing it at the studio, talking to Eric, that kind of thing. And then Thursday is intern, so then it starts to pick up more. So like when we get there on Monday this year, Monday we might see one other person, maybe. Tuesday it'll probably be like three or four people. Wednesday it'll probably be like 50 people, and then from
mhm,
there it's like Thursday it's probably a couple hundred, and then Friday it's just crazy. Like we're everywhere. We're the whole hotel. So.
yeah,
So if you can afford it and you've got the time, I would say get there as early as you're able to get there. So
yeah.
simple tricks and nonsense popped in. No 8 a.m. opening on Saturday, hopefully. Yeah, I did not like them starting that early this past year. I felt like 9 is a good time. 8 is
Mhm,
just way early. Like normally I would get to see the actual like floor and stuff on Friday night after setup, and then before 9 on the weekends. But since we were starting at 8, I didn't have time on the weekends, and Friday they had me doing the customizing studio, so it was like I just didn't get time to see a lot of the stuff as a vendor, and
mhm.
yeah, I wasn't that wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be up early with Blake working out,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and anyone else
Um,
that wants to join us.
William says hotels are expensive. Well, they do have a discount block, for people, so it is a little bit cheaper. And like I said, it's just as early as you can afford to be there, in terms of time, in terms of money. Um, yeah, some people can't afford to go at all because they can't get the time off work or they, can't afford the trip. And, it is what it is. But if you can afford to be there and be there early, that would be my suggestion.
Mhm.
Um, Mark says, "Cool. I took Thursday off as well. I'll come on Thursday and meet and greet, and then head home that night. Get ready for Friday. Only got a room for Saturday night." Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he
yeah.
lives really close, doesn't he?
I'm not sure where he lives exactly. Um, I do know, like my first year, I did not get a room for Sunday night because I was like, oh well,
Yeah,
Sunday's
we
the end
didn't
of the
either.
Yeah, Sunday's the end of the show. We'll just drive back after and man, I was whooped. That
Mhm.
ride home on, Sunday into Monday was terrible. So
Yeah,
I'm
like we
definitely
got
not doing that again.
I think we got home, it was like 1 a.m.
Hmm.
and it was, yeah, it was horrible. So after that, we were both like, "Yep, we're always gonna stay Sunday night too," because it's, yeah, no way we're
Yeah.
gonna do that drive right out. Because I mean, you gotta pack up your table,
Hmm.
and then you still wanna see some people, which our first year, I mean, we didn't know as many people, but
Right.
still, it was, you don't realize how tiring it is to stand at a table for, so many
Well,
hours. It's exhausting.
and I
Just
think as much as I know I've preached this, and a lot of the shows as it gets closer, they'll give like kind of tips for going to Legion's Con. I preach this about like making sure that you're getting enough sleep and drinking water and eating right and stuff.
mhm,
But let's face it, like there's a lot of these folks that we're not seeing for the better part of the year, and when you do see them, you're like, man, I just want to spend time and hang out with them. And so we don't get enough sleep, I don't think, throughout that weekend.
right.
And so yeah, you're however long that you're there, however many days, you're kind of cutting into that sleep schedule. So then you try to go home right afterwards, and it's like, man, you're just done. So,
Mhm. And I'm
but
just happy that, well, my birthday, which is Veterans Day, is, a holiday,
mhm,
and that's that Tuesday.
mhm,
So I automatically have that off work. So even though we'll be driving back Monday, but I'll still have an extra day off.
gotcha.
So because I've had times where I've gone to work the next day and I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this?
Yeah, I'm actually off until the following Thursday, I think.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, I just go back for like 1 or 2 days, and then I got another weekend. Helps try to ease back into it.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I'm sorry. First, Crom says, yes, about 30 minutes away in Bayonne. Bayonne. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Mm,
Um, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of comments I missed in here. William said, we stayed at a different hotel on Wednesday, but hung out in the main uh, one, and then moved to the main one. Me and Chris James got drunk at the bar. Fun times.
no,
Um,
yeah.
Mike V, that's me, says nothing better than being there early to chat with people without the chaos. Yeah, it does get pretty chaotic, the remainder of the weekend. So if you can spend those extra days, it's nice. William says discount. Yes, so there is a room block from Wednesday to Monday. Now, as of the last I checked, the rooms were taken. They were all booked. But as it gets close, there's people that, for whatever reason, can't make it, and they will kind of cancel their room. So if you check, especially like on Fridays,
Mhm.
you could just call the hotel and check. And you want to tell them that it's for the Legion's Con event, and then you will get the group rate for that if they do have rooms available. And then the other thing that helps save, William, is a lot of people will share rooms. So it's not uncommon for you to have, 3, 4 people in one room, kind of splitting up the costs amongst them. So that's another thing to kind of consider as well.
Mhm.
Um, let's see, Trevor says the Met is fantastic. Definitely go. Museum of Natural History too. So cool. Trevor says, see, I just heard someone say, drink enough. I missed the water part. Yeah. Yeah. Drink enough water and get some sleep. So,
Mhm.
Eric popped in, Eric Miller,
Oh,
awesome
wow.
painter, and customizer and works for the studio. And he says, Curtis, you're going in on Monday, right? Yes, that is the plan, is for us to arrive on Monday. It is it's usually about 19 hours for us to get there, and it's about 22 or 23 hours getting home. So we'll probably leave sometime Sunday and arrive on Monday. So I actually like driving through the night when there's not a whole lot of folks on the road.
Yeah. I usually just ride. Brian usually drives the whole time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I've driven some of it, but I can't drive in New Jersey. Like
Yeah.
it's like the first time we went and we, went over that line into New Jersey.
Hmm.
Brian, I think we were about to get run over because Brian's following the speed limit. And then
Oh
you don't
boy.
do that in New Jersey. We didn't know that. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta speed.
Yep.
So
Flow of traffic.
yeah, so that's he's like, oh, so now we're more prepared and we know how to go. But that first year though, it was like, Jesus,
Yeah,
slow down.
some of those areas too, like you're turning out from like a gas station or something, and immediately like you're on a road with like 3 or 4 lanes, and everybody's going like super fast. So you've got to like if you pull out of a gas station, you got to immediately try to get up to like 50, 60 miles an hour, like immediately. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah,
And then there's no left turn, so they got all those jug handle things that
I know, that's so weird.
they're crazy. So yeah, it's a little
I'm
bit
excited to go to
interesting.
Wegmans again though. That's a
Yeah,
that's a
Wegmans is
good.
nice.
Yeah. Brian doesn't even leave the hotel. Like when we're there, he doesn't leave at all. I usually go to Wegmans with Chris James' girlfriend, Kat.
Oh,
We usually
nice.
make a Wegman trip.
Hmm.
They have good pizza
Um,
there too.
Mike V, that's me, says, "Wow, bless the people that make those long drives. I only have 4 hours, and I want out of the car." Yeah, I mean it. It helps to have Darla with me. Like I did the first year with Billy Beige, and I listen. I love me some Billy Beige, but yeah, don't do 17, 18, 19 hours in the car with Billy Beige. I'm just saying. Um, Crom says New Jersey has the worst drivers. I don't know, man. There's bad drivers everywhere, but they definitely
Yeah.
have aggressive drivers. I will say that. Um,
Yes.
William says takes young eyes to drive at night. Man, I definitely like. I don't normally wear my glasses, but yeah, when I'm driving, especially at night, I definitely need my glasses on, and um, but I just like the fact that there's an open road and there's very little people out there, and because that's the thing. I've had to train a few of my daughters to drive recently. Um, they my twins, they kind of waited to get their license. They didn't get it right at 16. They kind of waited a little bit,
Hmm.
and they were all nervous and everything. And I'm like, listen, just starting out, you're already better without even being behind the wheel. You're already better than probably half the drivers out there because they're idiots. Um,
Hmm.
and that's what you got to worry about is the other people on the road. So when you're driving and there's nobody on the road, it kind of takes away a lot of the worries and anxiety and stuff. Because then you only have
Right.
to worry about your own stupidity. So,
Yeah. So I think it takes us like 7 hours.
hmm.
And most of that is through Pennsylvania on the turnpike, which
Oh gosh.
seems like it takes forever.
Yeah,
Um,
Pennsylvania. Oof, man.
but usually on our way there, at least the last few years, I have had a suitcase shoved in between my legs, so I have had no leg room because
Nice.
we pack our car to like the limit.
Hmm.
Brian's talking about like renting a van of some
Hmm.
sort so
Yeah.
that we actually have more room, and so I
Mhm.
don't have to do that, but we'll see.
See, my first year going to Legion's Con, we had, well, first and second year, we had our van, and so we had plenty of room. Like even with, whether me and Billy in the car or when I took Darla the first time, like having the van wasn't too bad. But then we kind of went into a smaller vehicle,
Mhm.
like a it's not like a super small vehicle, but it's like one of the little hybrid things. Um, and last year it was tight, just getting everything in there. And then you got to be careful what you're buying, right? Like,
Mhm.
are we gonna have enough room? Because, like, stupid me, like leading up to Legion's Con last year, I bought a couple trolls from from Hedgehog, and I wasn't thinking like how big those troll boxes are on top of
Oh
everything
yeah.
else I got to load back up and anything else I bought. And the year before, I bought a Sentinel from Ryan Gonzalez, and so it's
Oh
like
goodness.
a couple years in a row, I've tried to come back with these really big purchases that I bought ahead of time. So I'm gonna try to avoid that this year and not buy anything huge before I get there.
Yeah. Yeah, like we have a Dodge Journey, which
Yeah,
is roomy.
yeah.
Um, because like we put all the seats down, but like just how much stuff we take with us, like I mean, he has so much stuff he's planning on taking.
Yeah.
And like we put it all in totes, and you can only fit so many totes in there because it's not deep. If it was
Mhm.
deeper, we could fit more. But like he wants to bring a kid one year, but there's no room for a kid. Like
Yeah.
we can't. And I don't know if the kids would even really enjoy it, honestly, because
I
they're
think,
teenagers.
yeah.
I mean, they had fun when we went to IshCon last year,
Mhm.
but they also went up to the room a lot. So,
I think our kids probably would enjoy it just because the people are so great and everything's like it's just a very fun atmosphere. But at the
mhm.
same time, like yeah, I just I don't know. It's kind of a darling I getaway, right?
Right.
So
That's how I see it for me and Brian too. Like we don't do anything just us. So this is kind of like our time.
yeah, it's our time down here.
Right.
Um, Eric says Pennsylvania Turnpike is purgatory. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that is accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. It is the
Um,
worst. And it smells.
mm,
Like, have you gotten like you get out at, a rest stop and you're like, what is that smell? And it's like
see,
cow shit. And
yeah,
it's like,
that's my
ugh.
biggest problem with Pennsylvania is there's not enough like rest stops or gas stations. Like when you get on that turnpike and it's like I feel normally I'm not a very like claustrophobic type person, but you get
Mm-hmm.
on that turnpike and like you're driving through these windy roads and mountains and all this kind of stuff, and there's like no place to just get off the road. Like there's a lot of the drive where it's like you can't even stop for gas. You can't like I do a lot of traveling for work, and like even in some of the like most empty areas, like I'll drive through Kansas and it's pretty empty, but you still got like every 20, 30 miles there's like a spot where you can pull off and maybe walk into a Walgreens or a gas station or something and just kind of stretch your legs. There's
Mm-hmm.
spots of the turnpike where you will drive for hours with
Yeah, and
nothing,
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like there's not even a shoulder. Like if you got,
Mm-hmm.
if there was the first year where I went in with Billy, like I think we were coming through the turnpike like early in the morning that day, and the fog rolled in like in those windy roads in the mountains, and like we couldn't see more than like maybe 5 feet in front of us,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't even just like pull over and kind of wait for it to pass. Like you just gotta keep going and hope that somebody doesn't run you over. So
Right.
yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. That's by far the worst part. I mean, it's faster going the
Mhm.
turnpike.
So okay, so here's what I figured out last year. Last year was great. We had completely avoided the turnpike. So, we're coming from a long ways away. So, depending on like what roads you take early on, you can completely avoid the turnpike. And I think it added like maybe 15 minutes total to our
Oh,
our
wow.
trip, like when you GPSed it out, because we're coming from so far away that you can like take a different highway earlier that sets you up in a different path, and then you can avoid it. And we avoided all the tolls, which that's the
Yeah.
big thing. Like they got on your like when you go to map it out now where you can put on there avoid tolls and it'll take
Yeah.
you a different route. And I was like, so this is going to add 15 minutes. I avoid the turnpike and I don't have to pay any tolls. Yeah, sign me up. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, We'll have to see how much time it adds for us.
Yeah, I would definitely look into that because it was a much better drive. Um, and we didn't have to deal with the tolls because I hate that, man. Like we don't have to deal with any tolls out here. And
Yeah.
the first couple years going to Legion's Con and back, like they do this thing where like a lot of the folks that live out there have just like the easy passes and stuff, and there's just a thing in their car that it scans and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of us that are coming from out of town, like they don't even man those stations, so you can't even just like pay them on the spot most of the time. Like
Oh
you just
yeah, I
have to,
know.
yeah,
Yep,
it's
you
like,
just
oh,
roll
just
through and they send you a
yeah,
bill. And
yeah,
you
it's like
hope that
just
you get it in time because they don't give you much time to pay those things.
yeah, and it's
So
just
you
like,
have
oh,
to be,
just well,
yeah,
it doesn't say like pull through and then we'll send you a bill. It just says like, go through, and you're like, okay, cool, I don't have to pay anything.
all
And
right.
then you get a thing in the mail, and it's like, by the way, you owe $75. And then you pay it, and like 2 days later, you'll get another one. By the way,
Right.
you owe another $75. And it's like, I
Yeah,
just
just
paid this. Like, no, this is a different one. And then you pay
right.
that, and then there's another one that comes in. It's like, you owe $40. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
Like, this
luckily
doesn't end.
we're on the turnpike for a long time, but we're not, I guess we're not on it that long that we have our tolls usually aren't that expensive,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like you get a bill and they're like, okay, but it doesn't give you much time to pay it. And then it's like,
Hmm.
or your license could be suspended if you don't pay this. And that's, oh crap.
Right.
So it's like you hurry up and pay it.
Hmm.
And like I just got the apps on my phone so
Yeah.
that um I'll keep checking it. And so I might not even get the bill yet and I'll see that it's online. So I'll just pay it real fast because I'm like, I just don't want that to forget to pay that because the car is under my name, so it would suspend my license, even though,
Yeah.
I'm not the one driving.
Yeah. You don't want that.
No, I need to drive. I need to have a valid license.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Oh well, and then like on it they have a 10 or $15 like processing fee, right?
Mhm.
So it's like if they would roll up like all of the charges for because it's like one weekend, right? And if they would roll it all up and charge you one processing fee, it would be one thing. But instead they send out like three or four different bills and will have a
Right.
$10 or $15 processing fee on each one.
Yeah.
And so then you're getting hit with that on top of the actual toll fee. It's crazy. Um, let's see. William says Pennsylvania has all those circles. Um, yeah, I'm guessing he's talking about roundabouts. Um, William Husted says I'd love to get some Carver Dio pieces. I need to get some of those columns. The columns with the lights are really nice.
Well,
So
um, right before we end, I'll show you what I'm staring at right now, but I'm not gonna move my camera until then.
that's
But
cool.
like, he's got I don't know how many in front of me currently that I had to move out of my way to make room this morning to paint.
Well, the one thing, like, listen, I'm not trying to talk bad about Brian stuff, but I can't deal with wires, right? So like all the stuff that you guys have that have the wires and everything, I'm like I have no idea like how I'm going to hide it, how I'm going to put it, like so that always like freaks me out. And
Mhm.
the fact that the columns like it's all like inside of it and like you don't see the wiring and everything makes me
Mhm.
go like okay, so I can get the light part of it but I don't have to have the wires. Like yeah, sign me up. So
Yeah, he's he's trying to find a good way to do wireless that's gonna be cost effective because
mhm,
he does if he does wireless certain ways, like, he's found ways, but it's gonna make it cost more for people, and he doesn't want to he wants to be affordable,
mhm.
so
I tell
that's
you what,
why.
for me, and I, I don't speak for the entire community for sure, but if he had an option that was like even double the price, but it was wireless, I would gladly pay it. Like
Yeah,
I just I can't deal with the wires. Like it just, I don't
yeah,
know. I just can't deal with it because I don't know how I'm going to display it and stuff. It just causes me a lot of anxiety. So.
gotcha.
Speaking of anxiety, William says the hard talk about Pennsylvania scared him because he's got old man bladder. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you need to make sure. So what we did this past year, before we entered Pennsylvania. Like we saw that we had like a couple more miles of Ohio. There is a Waffle House like right on the border between Ohio and Pennsylvania, and we stopped and got breakfast and just kind of like relaxed for like 30 minutes. We went to the restroom, we cleared out our bladders, and then we're like, okay, now we're entering the devil's anus, as I like to call it. So, um, Trevor says, careful with those text emails. There's a lot of toll scams. Yeah,
Yeah.
I only deal with the stuff that comes in the mail. If they message me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm assuming that's a scam.
Yeah, I don't click any text that I get that has something that you gotta click on, I don't click on it.
William says you're scaring the poop out of me. Sorry, sir. That is not our intent.
No.
And then Crom says New Jersey will charge you from exit one to whatever exit you get off if you don't have the easy pass. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Like I said, use that avoid tolls if you can. It may add a few more minutes to your trip, but it makes everything a lot easier. So. All right, I think I'm going to work on eyes on this next. We've got less than 20 minutes till the test shot sale. So just FYI, folks. All right, I got to take a look at this picture again because I think, okay, it looks like red eyes with a black dot. And it's pretty red. It's like a lighter red at the bottom, kind of darker at the top. So, all right, I think I'll start with. Actually, I might do Mephiston red and some Evil Sun Scarlet towards the bottom. Is the whole thing red or is it just like a circle? Let's take a look. Looks like it's a circle, but it takes up almost the whole eye.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's my vibrator.
It's like, "Is Tanya here?" 'Cause oh, that was too funny that morning. Were you in when she started that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was hilarious. I was like, "Tanya?"
What always kills me on those kind of things is when Kevin will jump in on the comments and say something that'll
Oh my
just
god.
kill me.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize how funny Kevin was until, like, I met him at IshCon last year,
Hmm.
and, like, the comments that he made just I was like, "Oh, you have the same sense of humor as me." I was like, "I
Yeah.
love it, because I mean, I worked in a jail for 10 years. Like, my sense of humor is a little twisted. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Kevin's wild, man.
Yeah, he
Trying to
cracks me up.
what else is around the red? See, I can't even see anything else. Like I could tell there's something else there. Like it is a circle of red, but it might even be black around it. I think I might fill this
Yeah.
up with black first. All right. Um, did I miss any comments? Oh, yes, I did. Let's see. Terrence jumped in, says, good morning. Good morning, Terrence.
Morning, Terrence.
Crom says, did you use metallic gold on the trim? Yeah, I've been adding some metallic gold as I've been going through. Perry Morrell jumped in. Perry Morrell
Oh,
Jr.
hi, Perry.
says about the wires. They have a magnet light that comes on with a touch of a magnet. I know they've been putting that in a lot of the like light up action figures and stuff lately. So yeah, that might be an option for Brian.
Yeah.
And then Terrence says, off from work today, hoping to do some work on the dio I'm working on. Awesome. Sounds
Nice.
good, man.
I'm also working on a dio for my dirty girl.
Nice.
Just
Cosmic-y
to
one.
Yeah, and it's gonna be Brand's like, "Well, what do you want it to be?" I was like, "Well, it's gonna be like a different planet of some sort, so
Mhm.
the colors are gonna be different." Um, so we went to Hobby Lobby and I picked out some different colors to use, and we'll see how it turns out. He of course has to help me do like carving stuff because I probably cut my finger.
Well, I don't know that I would cover the whole thing in it, but
No.
they've got these like this one here. It's Martian iron earth, and then there's another one. Anything that says any of these Citadel technicals that have earth at the end are the ones that
Mm-hmm.
kind of crack, and so it'll show what's underneath of it, but it like leaves this really cracky, like dried surface on it. So like this one, this mordant earth is what people use for like lava and stuff, or
Oh.
like if there's lava underneath like the ground, so you can like paint like red and orange and yellow and then cover it with this and it'll crack and like leave that other bright colors underneath. um, so like something like this Martian iron earth would be really cool just for that like dried off-world planety kind of look.
Yeah.
So just FYI, and like any of these, if you see a technical one and it ends in earth, just know that that's one that after it dries, it's going to crack and reveal the stuff under it. So if you see
Okay.
a color that has that earth in it, um, yeah, maybe something worth looking at for that kind of off-worldy planet thing that you're talking about.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be different looking.
Mark says, I failed twice trying to use that. Yeah, I've got a video out there on me using it. There's a lot of other videos. Usually, the ones that I see on there are people doing like bases for miniatures. Um, so typically when people are doing like their whether it's Warhammer or any of those other kind of miniatures, they'll do those little circular bases that they put the figures on. And so yeah, they'll do that on the base just to kind of make it this like you know dried, earthy, texture on the base that they're standing on. So there's definitely some videos out there. You just got to hit up the YouTube University and check it out. All right. So looks like I got that filled in with the black. This is the 5/0 art by Akerman paintbrush.
I like these angled brushes.
Yeah, that's Tanya was saying that too, and for the most part, I've used them for like basing, just kind of as a bigger, wider brush to get base colors on there. But I was
Mm-hmm.
watching her do it last week and kind of getting all the way to the edge with it, and I kind of liked how she was using that. That was nice.
Yeah.
Sath jumped in, says yo to you, sir. And then Crom says, I'm thinking I didn't like the color shifting paint. I put it on it, but I'm no expert. So, okay. Yeah, a color shift paint can be very tricky
Mm-hmm.
depending on what kind you use. I know a lot of them will say to use like a glossy black on it, like underneath the color shift. But then like the turbo dorks are kind of unique. The turbo dorks will tell you like a different color to put under it. Like some will say, to put like a yellow underneath of it or a red or something. So you kind of have to read the bottle on those turbo dorks and see what it recommends you using it on top of. So I think I've got the gold one here. This is Gold Rush, and it says shake well, use over black base coat. So this one does say black. And if you can do glossy, I think you almost always want to do glossy on any sort of. Now this is just a metallic. This isn't a color shift, but they do color shift and metallics for this Turbo Dork. Um, they're really good paints. I think for like metallics and color shifts, they're my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do a ton of that, but when I do, it's yeah. Like the person that's been doing a lot of it that just really kills it is that Jay Travis from Low Fidelity Customs. Um, his stuff is spectacular. He does those like purplish ones, and like it'll color shift from purple to blue and things like that.
I think I saw he just started a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that too. Um, that's pretty cool. I
Mhm.
love his little Instagram posts when his daughter is like, he just hands her a figure and he's like, "Tell me what you like, what you think about this figure," and she like makes up a story for him. It's,
That's
it's
cool.
yeah, it's so much fun. If you check out his Instagram, like he'll just do a custom and he'll hand it to his daughter, and then like she has to make up a story for the character.
Mm.
They're usually hilarious. So the one recently he handed to her, and it was like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, I think it was kind of like a nakedish alien kind of thing. And she's like, I don't even know where to grab this.
Mhm.
But she'll like make a whole backstory for it. She's funny. And he does like I think on his post yesterday he was talking about kind of creating and having fun with his best friend, which is his daughter. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see. William says that is beautiful, Stacy.
Oh, thanks. I'm just winging it.
And then Terrence says Jay stuff is crazy, loving his new swig for 1,000 swigs. Yeah, I got to get on a swig too. Man, I picked up. I think I got a couple extras. What's that? Oh, Darla just gave us the 10-minute warning. It's actually 9 minutes now, so we're getting close to the test shot, folks. Um, Let us know in the comments what you're going after if you're going after something. Terrence says he's trying to go to Legion's Con this year. His daughter wanted to know if people would recognize her. I said they will and offered to get her a Legion's Lady shirt. Yeah, I would totally recognize her. Like out of because a lot of times when you're looking at stuff on Instagram, you're just seeing people's photography or their pictures of their customs and stuff. You don't actually usually see people on there. So
Mhm.
whenever I'm like scrolling through my feed and I see a person, a lot of times it's her and she's doing those little bios, and I think she's just funny and creative, and I think it's just awesome that they're having fun together as a family. It's just really cool. It's been I think that's been kind of growing over the last few years of people really having fun with their families creating in this space, which is nice.
Yeah. My son was doing dios for a little bit, but then, he's got a girlfriend and
Hmm.
he's almost 16, so he's kind of like, eh.
I would love to see like a younger person start a like Legion's Kids channel, right? Like on
Oh yeah.
YouTube, like just like Legion's Ladies, but like Legion's Kids.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know we were talking about doing like an event at Legion's Con, and we were initially had the name Little Legions, which Dusty has used for his new coloring book that he's got out there, which looks fantastic, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Um,
I'm excited for that.
but yeah, I think if whatever, like a teenager or something, like if somebody did a like Legion's Kids channel, I would watch the heck out of that. But like, I know your son's been, well, I don't know if he's doing it now, but I know he was working on some dios at one point, right?
Yeah, he's kind of just, they said, well, he's got his girlfriend, and then um, he does jujitsu as well, and he's teaching and he's doing private lessons with that.
Gotcha.
So he's been very busy.
Gotcha. But yeah, it is cool when I see, families getting involved. I know like the Echevarria is like their whole family is now working on that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
Trevor says it's gonna be weird when you take over the Legion's Kids show, Curtis. I'll be like the oh gosh, who is it? The Buscemi when he's got the like skateboard under his arm, he's like, "What's going on, fellow kids?" Like, that's gonna be me. Be trying to pass myself off as a Legion's kid. Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, my fellow kids? Who wants to talk Legions? That's awesome. We had fun last night on Off World, and we were talking about one of the questions Trevor had for a lightning round was about like if you could have any. I think he was like, what do you say, like futuristic vehicle or something. Like, what would it be? And I talked about like having like a starship like from Star Trek because they'd have like the holodeck and you could do whatever you want. And then they were joking and saying that my holodeck experience would just be me imagining other YouTube shows that were inviting me on, which is pretty accurate. So, all
What
right.
what movie won for the best? Because I fell asleep.
Terminator 2 won.
Oh,
Yeah, which I'm not upset with. I think that was good. I was hoping for either Blade or Matrix, but they
well, yeah,
faced each other in the first round. And so
yeah,
Blade immediately got eliminated, and then Matrix got eliminated shortly after that. And it was kind of eye opening because I know there's been like a debate over the years who's the better action star, Sylvester Stallone or Arnold. And like when you just look at those movies in a bracket format, you're like, man, like Arnold's got way better movies overall. So even though I like Sylvester Stallone better, I think Arnold's movies are way better. So
yeah.
It's not gonna be under the test shot.
oh, I didn't even know there was a test shot category.
There's nothing there now.
Oh,
So is that where we want to be or in?
that's a good question.
I
Probably.
think I
Yeah.
think that Jeremy said on Wednesday that it'll be under the test shot section.
Well, there you go. So the folks, if you go to Store Horseman, there's actually a test shot section. So I am getting out my handy dandy new iPad, and we've got looks like 3 minutes left. So didn't see if anybody was going after anything. I didn't see any post. Probably not trying to give away their plan. Let's see. Crom says such a travesty. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I mean, T2 is a great movie. There was a lot of bangers in there. I don't know that I was going to be upset with anything unless Aliens won because to me that's more of a sci-fi than action.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think I was going to be happy with pretty much anything that came out of there.
yeah. There were
Uh,
some movies I'd never heard of.
oh, really?
Yeah. What was it? This. Oh, was it Samurai something Seven
Oh,
Samurai?
Seven Samurai. Yeah. See, I
Yeah,
I
I'd
had
never heard
I
of that
eliminated
before.
some of the older ones because I thought that was gonna, throw some people off. Like we had Dirty Dozen, which is another great action film, but it's older. Bullet was another one that it's just kind of an older film, and I didn't think a lot of people would know. So it was definitely heavy on the 80s and 90s.
Did you have any Chuck Norris movies in there?
I did not.
Or does he?
Somebody
What movies was he even in?
I think one is called like Delta Force or something. But it's one of those two where it's like I thought it was just so niche that I had to kind of say like, it does this thing have a chance at winning it all? And if so, I left it in. If not, I kind of eliminated it because you can only fit 32 on that bracket. So,
Yeah.
all right, folks, 1 minute for test shots. I think Stacy's gonna keep painting. I'm trying to get me a shadow work grunt. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not going after anything.
1 minute. Refresh. 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 And they're live. Okay, got one. Going back. Nope, not that one.
It was exciting.
Hurry, hurry. Oh, no, 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 no. Remove this one. It kept the old one in there. Dang it. Remove it. Remove. Uh-oh. I think Darla got one. Sounds like she scored. She got Thrace. You
Ooh,
can go back and try to get one more. I got the... Okay, I got two. So I've got the Shadow Orc Grunt, and I got the Tactics Orc. So the male orc deluxe one. So
nice.
very cool. Yeah, if you can get the female orc one would be cool. There's still some out there. It's not going as fast as I thought it would. I think they said that the numbers were a little bit higher, but not much. What's that? That's fine. I love those the tactics ones. They just got so many parts in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. Man, it almost screwed me up because I got the shadow work and then went back and tried to get the deluxe male orc, and it kept the shadow work in my cart. So then I was like, oh no, if I check out and now I've got more than two, they're gonna like cancel my order. So but yeah, I got two of them. Let's see, just as an update, Arakagor is sold out, Poxus is sold out, Thrace is sold out, the Valiant Knight is sold out, and Attila Leasir is sold out. So, well, you got both of those for you. You got the lady ones. I got the male ones. So she's got her own little. So like I've got that wall of detofs that sit behind me on the shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in the farthest detoff, like towards like where we sit on our love seat, she's got one little square with all her little figures in it. So
For the longest time
beautiful.
we had, because like all the females are mine,
Mhm.
technically. And so we had one detox shelf that just had all the females in it. But then
Oh,
it was like
nice.
there was just, yeah, there's a lot of females now. So
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of room. So we changed it and now they're all spread out in like kind of their factions, kind of organized.
There's still some test shots out there available. I'm surprised at how long some of these are lasting, but yeah, we'll give an update here in a second. Let me check the comments. Um, Terrence says Legions Juniors, next generation of Legionnaires. Dork Lad, Carver Kid, Legion's Last, Toy Tatted Tot, and Jordan Jr. Those are some great names. Terrence says Roadhouse, shake my head. I mean, say what you will, Roadhouse is an action film, and like there's a lot of cool fighting in that. So let's see. Crom says that is a classic along with Dirty Dozen for sure. William Golden says Bullet was crazy. Yeah, once again, definitely deserves to be in there. I just didn't know that. I thought there was going to be some people on the screen based on how the Batman one went. I thought there was going to be some young folks that wouldn't even know what that movie was. So, what'd you do?
Well, there's 2 orders. I think I ordered Thrace twice.
Oh, you did the same
So
thing I did.
cancel the one that just has her.
You can't cancel it. It's already in there. We'll just have to message Jeremy. I'll message him. So yeah, she did what I did, where she yeah. Uh, messaging Jeremy.
Sorry about that.
Our fingers were just too fast.
Yeah.
Do you need the order number?
If you've got it, hold on a second. But yeah, if you got it, I'll take it.
147.
Hold on. Don't just bring it up and show me. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Thrace is the one I want more, so I don't want to lose that one.
Yeah. Okay. So messaged Jeremy on that. I think we're good. If he needs it, I'll give it to him. Okay, going back to the comments. William Houston says people still watch old films. Some do, yes. Some even read. I don't know. That's crazy. Kevin Maboots jumped in here. Welcome, Kevin. He says, got Father Christmas. That's cool. He asked Trevor who Trevor got. Crom says missed out on the 2 he wanted. Oh well. Terrence says he wanted Dirty Dozens. Yeah, I figured a few people would have some complaints about that not being in there, but I had to go with the popular choices. Trevor says he got Thrace and Attila. So there you go. That's 2 good ones.
Nice.
William says he got Attila and Azahazar. So that's cool. Let's see. Trevor says, did they say only 2 figures, but you can order additional accessories as well? As far as I know, it was 2 per person. I don't know if they said something separate about accessories. So he did say that the accessories are used in the last to go, but I don't know if you can get them on top of 2 figures. So let's see. The other Williams brother got a Rakagor for I am TJ Williams. Terrence says great cast was Lee Martin, Marvin, Tilly Savalas, Donald Sutherland, Charles Bronson, Jim Brown, and so many others. Yeah, I would imagine that most of the people that were watching that show last night have no idea who any of those people are. So just FYI. And then he says some of the older films, while maybe not as flashy, have better acting and more emotional substance. Yes, but we were not talking about the most emotional substance movies last night. We were talking about the best action films. Action being the keyword. So a lot of people wanted to put other things in there besides the word action, but that was the key word. So okay, just as an update, and then I'll get back to painting here in a second. Looks like we've got Arazak still available, Azahazar still available, Boreas, Cavern Dwarf. All of the tactics ones are still out there. Father Christmas, Gold Knight, Calazir, Flogus, Samir, Shadow Orc, Relic Templar, Tharnog, Vampire Phalanx, Zende, and all of the accessory / hands packs are also available. So yeah, still a lot of good stuff out there if you are interested. Crom says all the older World War II movies are great. Once again, absolutely. Just didn't know if any of those were going to win out on kind of what we were talking about. So, but now I can go back to painting. Here we go. Evil Sun Scarlet.
See, I don't like war movies. I'm not a war movie
I'm
person.
I'm not a huge fan of them either. Like when I'm watching a film, I'm trying to get away from like the depressive real life. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to immerse myself in something fun and exciting. So that, yeah, like I know there's a lot of movies that like Jesse likes and stuff that I'm like, man, those are just super depressing. And while it makes you think and it has, maybe a cool message or something, like it's just, I don't know, that's not my escape. So
Yeah. I mean, I like a good action movie, but
yeah,
I'm not a big war movie.
yeah, I'm with you.
And yeah, like I was with Trevor last night. I hate Tom Cruise. I mean, he is a good actor, but his whole Scientology thing just made him stupid.
Yeah,
So I don't really watch anything that he does.
he's a little out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now we were doing 20th century, so they didn't make it in there, but for action films, like I really love the Bourne movies. Like those are some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like all the John Wick um movies.
those are good too. Yeah. I just I never like if you would have told me at the beginning of his career that Matt Damon was going to be kind of an action star, I would have been like, yeah, I don't know that I buy that. But man, those Bourne movies are just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how these red eyes are coming out. I don't know that I've done red eyes before, but I'm really liking them. So, okay, now I think if I remember right, the black on it in the middle is like super duper small. So time to get my tiny on.
Which I know this isn't a movie, but the TV series, or not TV because it's not on TV, but Reacher.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my,
Yeah.
I love it. We rewatch it all the time. Well, one, I know you don't care about this, but man, he is hot. So I like to, I
I'm
like to
gonna.
watch it because of that. But
I
also,
mean, I
it's just
can I
really
can
good.
respect a hot dude. So I mean, I tell you what, the Witcher series with Cavill, like holy cow, like that dude's ripped.
Yeah.
Um, I did like on Reacher this year that like he wasn't the biggest guy. Like they had somebody that was bigger than him this year, which I thought
Mm-hmm.
was cool.
Yeah.
Because it's always like him just like beating up on little people. you
Right.
know, it's like, yeah, of course and he doesn't have to be smarter and faster and this and that because he's just like stronger than everybody. But like this year, there was that I don't know where they found that dude, but that dude was freaking
I
huge.
know he's a giant.
Oh my gosh. Like in order to make that and make Reacher look small, like that dude was large, man.
Right.
Let's see. Terrence says half the panel voted for their favorite action star was Jeff only voted if there was a robot or a computer film. Jeff also like was gonna vote with the Bond movies no matter what. So um which is why I had to limit it to one Bond film. I was like, give me your best because that's all I'm getting. You're getting one Bond movie. Kevin says seems like most of these test shots had around 35 figures total. So that is a little bit up from the ones in the past. Um, let's see. Cruz did do Legend, but Curry stole the movie. Yeah, that yeah, that big demony devil thing in there was awesome. Houston said, I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is a roller coaster ride. You know what? I need to go watch it again. It's been years since I've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I like the I like Last Crusade better. But I think I need to rewatch Raiders of the Lost Ark and just kind of experience it again. So
I think I'm the only one that I like Temple of Doom because I think it's so corny. I like it because I like it when he pulls the guy's heart out of his chest.
that always just creeps me the heck out.
Like, so that one's my favorite. But I find like Indiana Jones to be more adventure than action.
Yeah, that was kind of part of the discussion last night too. Like, which of these are
Yeah.
action movies and which are adventure movies? I don't know. For me, like that movie, I don't like the gal in the movie. I think she's annoying. I think
Hmm.
that, and people are gonna hate me for this, but I think Short Round's annoying. I think like he's just a really super annoying kid, and I don't. Every time that he opens his mouth, I'm like, I just want to turn this movie off. And then you add in the whole like weird heart ripping out thing and the eating the monkey brains, and I'm like, yeah, this just isn't for me.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I like it. It's corny. I like corny
Yeah.
movies.
Twizzler19 says, good morning, all. Thanks for the brushes they got here right before my camping trip. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do with it and hear your thoughts. Trevor says, Kalima. And we got Schmerby in here. Schmerby says, I was hoping for Valiant. Got a Cavern Dwarf to console myself. So there you go. Yeah, there's still some stuff out there, so check it out. I tell you what, folks, like even if you're not into test shots, these things make great trade bait later on. I mean, you got that. I was telling Stacy beforehand, but you got that Paladin Cleric right now going for like $200. I could easily see you picking up one of these test shots for $60 and turning around and trading it for one of those, Paladin Clerics. So just FYI, they're great trade fodder. Schmerber says yes, truth, Curtis. So what we did was I knew I wanted the Shadow Work Grunt because that's the one that Jesse and I were able to reveal on our show. So that's kind of special.
Hmm.
And then Darla wanted Thrace, so she went after Thrace. I went after the Shadow Work Grunt, and then if we knew if we got a second shot, we were going to go after the tactics ones, and she was going to go after the female orc, and I was going to go after the male orc. So we ended up getting everything that we were hoping to get. So that was awesome.
It's good.
Yeah. And now I'm working on these eyes, and I just got to make sure. It's always weird when you're doing these anthropomorphic characters, and they've got like the long snout, and
Hmm.
so they're like trying to figure out where to place the eye so that they can see around that snout, you know, because it's a little bit different than if you have kind of a flatter human face. But I think it's going to be impossible to see on camera here. Let me try to put my magnifier here, but I still don't think it's going to show. Let me see. Trying to look on screen, but yeah, I don't think that's really showing very well. All right, let me try to
Yeah.
move the magnifier. Let's try it just like this. Yeah, that's like impossible to see. But anyway, I'll
Yeah.
post pictures later. But I feel like that came out pretty well. So it looks pretty good. Now I got to touch up some on the helmet. I got to do the teeth still. So I guess I'll work on that. Schmerber says, "Love the colors, Stacy." Very
Thanks.
cool.
It's my Mod Squad inspired swig.
Schmerber said Thrace sold quickly. Well, not too quickly because Darla ended up getting two Thraces accidentally because it was still in her cart when she went back in for the second one. So we're having to cancel one. So be on the lookout because as soon as Jeremy cancels that order, there's going to be at least one more Thrace going and hitting. So keep refreshing, Schmerber, if that's one you want. Um, okay. Oh, by the way, Schmerbs also, are you guys live today or is it a pre-record? Because I don't want Don't want to run into your guys' time if you're live. If it's pre-record, whatever. Don't care. That's what you get for pre-recording it. He says he's live today, baby. All right. We got Blake, aka Recon Rage, in the house. Says good morning. Good morning, sir. Um, you just got a message? Okay. Darla's Thrace order just got canceled, so it should be hitting the website immediately, FYI. So there you go. If somebody needs one, it's coming. Gotcha. Yep, Jeremy just messaged me. So yeah, it looks like Schmerber is live this morning with Mark, double jointed, which is the best show on YouTube. So check that out if you haven't. It's an awesome show on Saturday mornings. I usually try to start my day with this Mod Squad and just watch the ladies paint and have fun, and then go right into the fun with the boys over there. So yeah, we're gonna work on the teeth next. I'm gonna go up a little bit in my brush size. And what kind of teeth do I? How was his teeth really white, or were they yellowish? I don't think he's even showing his teeth. No, he's not showing his teeth on here. So I gotta guess.
So it's however you want it to look.
Schmerber says should have triple jointed soon. Yeah, we like put together a list for one, and then we just never did it. So I'm available whenever you guys are. You know me, I never turn down a YouTube show. Tony's Figs pops in, says good morning, sir. I recorded a how they do that with Tony that'll be coming up in a couple weeks. That guy has inspired me more this year than anybody else. And I just love the work that he does on like his McFarlane stuff. I know he does a lot of like military stuff too with Action Force um, and classified and stuff. But man, for me, his McFarlane stuff is just killer. William says the Akermans have a hotline to Jeremy. No, I just messaged him. I mean, I think on these mornings, like him and Diego are kind of watching for duplicate orders as they come in. And so there will be some stuff that pops back up. But yeah, if you know that you have one, you can just message them and they'll find it and take it off. So J Max says, got an Attila Gold Knight. Super excited. Been trying for these forever with no luck. So very cool. We got James Studio Sasamudio. Oh, in the chat. He says, good morning. Blake says Tony's Figs work is awesome. I 100% agree. And Terrence says that he also loves Tony's stuff. So Tony getting a lot of love out there. Stacy, I do have to say for this being a dual stream, I'm seeing that most of the folks in here are watching from the Legion's Ladies Live channel.
Oh, that's good.
So
Make
I
sure you
think
hit that like. We still need 1,000 subscribers too. Like we're on the
there you
road to
go.
it, but we haven't done any cool promos.
Well, I tell
But
you
we
what, we did a little video to kind of promote hedgehogs. We'll do one for your guys's as well, and just like with hedgehogs, I'll be putting together a prize package for when you guys hit 1,000. So
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because I think we still have a good ways to go.
well,
But it'd
we'll
be awesome to hit that before Legion's Con.
for sure. Yeah, well, we'll see what we can do to get you there. So for those that missed it, Hedgehog Action, he did hit 1,000 subscribers. So tonight there is going to be a giveaway on the Purple Gang show of one of the San Diego Comic-Con Paladin clerics from the Mythic Legion role-playing game. And in order to be eligible, you have to be subscribed to Hedgehog Action as well as Purple Gang, and be on there tonight. That was donated by Dub3, who is just a super sweet guy and amazingly talented.
Mm-hmm.
And also, because Hedgehog hit 1,000 on the 16th of this month, Hedgehog is going to be doing a giveaway on Saturday Day Live. I donated a prize, which was a half giant, a noble barch set, 2 heads, both from Wolf King. One is a Triok head, which was sculpted by Emil Wickman. The other one is a 7-eye ram, which I can't remember who sculpted that one. And then it comes with a set of brushes and art by Akerman brushes. So that is one of the prize packages, but Hedgehog said there will be several prize packages available. That is not today, but next Saturday on the Hedgehog Action channel. So
Nice.
Gina pops in. She says, getting ready to paint for the first time with my Curtis brushes. Awesome. That's great to hear. We need to get Gina on Mod Squad. Get
She was
her
on.
up and running.
She's come on a couple times. It's just last week she didn't come because she had to go to Hobby Lobby to get the cleaner before she
Ah,
used the brushes.
yeah. Tony's Figs. If let me know if you're still out there, because I've got a bone to pick with you. So, hey babe, can you grab me that thing that came in the other day downstairs, the one that I got to return? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Tony. He may have had to tune out, but we'll see. We'll see if he replies. Yes, this one. Okay. Tony, this is the 5th time I've tried to buy it, and the picture showed the correct one, and they sent me the new crappy BS. So I love you, but I also hate you because you got me trying to track down the correct Winsor Newton. It's the one that says brush cleaner and restorer, and it has the black label and clear bottle. Every time that you try to buy it from someplace and it shows the right thing, they send you the new one, which sucks and it doesn't work. So 5th time I've tried. I don't know. I may be done at this point. So,
Wow.
so if anybody knows where to buy the actual good stuff, so if you've got the right stuff, Stacy, this will take off like certain paint apps. So like the first time I saw him doing it, there was a McFarlane Superman that he wanted to take the S off of the chest because it had a black outline on it. And so he used not this Winsor Newton, but there's the other one. And he would just put a little bit on like a cotton swab and kind of gently rub it, and it just comes off. It's like magic. But
Wow.
I
Like
guess
a
they
magic
changed
eraser?
it kind of, yeah. But then they changed the formula and put this one out and kind of took that one off the market. And this one doesn't do crap. Like it does
Oh.
nothing. So I've bought it from eBay. I've bought it from Michaels. I bought it from Walmart, and now this one came from Home Shopping Network. And all of them will show the correct bottle. It'll say that it's the correct bottle. People will say in the comments that it's the correct bottle, and then when it comes in, it's the new stuff, and it sucks and it doesn't work.
Oh.
So yeah, Tony, if you find a line on the really good stuff, let me know. But I'm mad at you. Gina says I get on there as I can, get my lazy butt out of bed in time. So yeah, Saturdays are my lazy days usually, or my errand days. Listen, you just got to get up and do it. So
Yeah.
then she says, "Oh my God, these brushes are nice. I'm afraid to mess them up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
You
They're
can
just
just buy
brushes."
more.
Yep, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
my plan, to buy more at Legion's Con.
I mean, the biggest thing is don't, and I can't ever pronounce the name of this thing right. I think it's like ferrule. It's the metal part basically on the brush. So like you just don't want the paint getting into this metal part. You want to make sure that the paint stays like on the tip. And then you want to make sure that you're cleaning your brushes often and never just leave them face down like in a water pot or something because that'll
Mm-hmm.
bend the tips. So if you do that, that's really going to keep them in good shape. And then there's a couple different cleaners. So this is the one that I love the most. I found this earlier this year, did a review on it. It's called Josanya, I think. Brush soap and conditioner. You can get it on Amazon, and this stuff will get out anything. Like I've had dry brushes that like just have stuff that just stays on there, and it gets out most of that. You'll still have a little bit of like this is okay, little insight to Curtis. Like, even though I know like this, it's stained green, I know there's no green coming off of this, right? Like, if I go to dry brush something, there's no green coming off of it. But I only use this dry brush for green. And then I've got like this one I will only use for like blue and purple because it just gets stained. But this stuff here will get most of the like actual paint off of it. And then this is what I use on kind of a normal day basis, this Masters brush cleaner. And this one's almost empty. I need to get a new one out. But on this stuff here, you just like get a little bit of water on your brush and then you make like a little circular pattern here. And you just kind of go around in circles. And it like the soap and conditioner kind of works its way up the brush as you like make these little circles. And then you just go over to your water pot and just kind of shake it out like this. So, and I do like this water pot. I'm not gonna be able to show you the front, I don't think, without pouring the water out, but it's a Citadel one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got little ridges on the bottom. So you can kind of rub the brush on the bottom and kind of help get any paint out of it. And then on the side, I might be able to show you this part. On the side here, it's got these little ridges that you can kind of bring the brush up through and bring it back to a point. But
I'm so
all
glad you
right.
told us about that in one of your videos because like we have that cup and I did not know what that was for
Yeah, and then
until and I'm like, oh,
I'll tell you, and this is the tip I got from Stephen Bishotti. I'm sorry if this grosses anybody out, but the best way to get a good tip on this is to put this thing in your mouth
mm,
and just like close your lips around it as you're pulling it out of your mouth, and it'll bring it to a really sharp point. So if that grosses anybody out, I know initially when I heard it, I was grossed out. You don't want to do it with a whole bunch of paint on there, obviously. But
no, you
I
probably shouldn't eat paint.
but I do know several people, like Emil is one where he's like, I hate the taste of contrast paint. I'm like, well, you're not supposed to be eating it. So,
Mm.
but yeah, that's the best way to get a sharp point on there is to do it with your mouth. So sorry if that grosses anybody out. But yeah, that's a couple tips. So, don't let it get into the metal part on the paint. Make sure you're keeping it clean and rinsed out and use some sort of cleaner on them, and they should last you a long time. Let's see. We've got William says, I was planning to try out the new brushes this weekend, was interrupted by a rattler. That is a cool piece. I could see how that would interrupt somebody. Um, Gina says Hobby Lobby has the best price on that. Probably are you talking about the Josanya or the Masters cleaner? I know I've seen this at Hobby Lobby. I don't know that I've ever seen this there, but I usually get most of my stuff on Amazon. Um, Free shipping usually has a really good price. So, which brush is best for faces? Is what she's saying. So, all right, let me just get all these out. And I need to do a brush video, but it's just finding the time. So let's organize these. So you've got first, this is your flat brush, right? So this is really good for base painting. So if you prime your head, and I know I've got a video out there on zenithal priming, so you can, typically what I'll do is prime it in black, which is a Citadel Chaos Black. Citadel is definitely the best primers out there. I'll do a Citadel Chaos Black, and then you can do a white, which I can't remember the name of their white. But if you do it at a downward angle, so like you spray this whole thing black, and then you take white and you just spray it downward on top of this, right? And it will lighten up all the areas that are raised and up top, kind of simulating sunlight. So as you go to paint something, it'll make those areas a little bit lighter than the rest. So that's kind of priming it. Then when you go to base it, this flat brush is good for kind of getting that initial base coat on and just kind of covering the piece. These angle brushes, which I think has a different name as well, but that's what I call them, is these angle brushes, are also good for large coverage areas. But because of the angle, you can get into kind of crevices and up against, like a ledge or something. So like if you wanted to, let's say, put a base coat on like this helmet, but you didn't want it getting up into this area where I've got painted gold, you could take this angle brush and kind of take it right along there and just kind of bring it right up to the edge. And so it helps you with that. So to answer your question, like what's the best for painting faces, like all of these, it just depends on what you're doing. So angle brushes, there's the base brush we talked about. Then you've got your kind of more liner brushes or basic, kind of brushes. So like this one is a 0. You've also got a 1 here, and I think there's a 2. Is that right? No, I guess not. So it's just the 0 and the 1. So the 1 is going to be a little bit longer than the 0, but like this is for like painting more kind of little bit sharper details, not as broad as the flat brushes. And then you get into like the really like the tiny brushes, and starting off with a 2/0 is a little bit, it's not as long as those, but it's getting a little bit kind of finer. Then you go into the 3/0, and then the smallest one in the set is this 5/0. So this would be like for like your pupils and stuff. And then these last 2 brushes are really for dry brushing. So depending on what you're doing on a face, you could use every single one of these. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So hope that helps. If you have follow-up questions, let me know and I will try to answer them. She was talking about the Masters Cleaner at Hobby Lobby. So there you go. Gina says numbers, Curtis. Tell me the numbers. Yeah, well, you tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you what number. Scott says everyone's still basking in the warm glow of test shot victory. Darla, I got everything we wanted, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And Gina says, thank you, Curtis. Absolutely. Anytime that you need, just let me know. Like I said, I do need to do a whole video on this. It's just finding the time, man.
You gotta take a break from doing other YouTube shows.
I know, right? Like all these people keep inviting me to their shows, and it's like, man, I got to get my own stuff done. But I can't turn anybody down. Yeah. Never met a YouTube show I didn't like. So, except for that one that Jeff and Schmerber did. Man, that thing was torture. That was rough. Sorry, Schmerber, if you're still watching, but they had us on there. First off, they did it in Zoom. It wasn't through StreamYard. So it was like, what the heck is this? And then they kept us in there for like 3.5 hours. I felt like I was being held hostage. Didn't think it was ever going to end. And then they didn't air it for like 1.5 years. It was crazy. William says, your brushes are real quality, easily worth the modest price. Yeah. I mentioned this last night on Offworld, I think maybe even on my mail call, but I've had some people like reach out to me and they're like, hey, I want to buy a set of your brushes to support you. And it's like, sometimes it's even people that don't paint. And while I appreciate that, what I said last night is like, I am the price that I'm selling these at, I'm not really making money, especially on the ones that I'm shipping out to people, like for the members of the channel. I'm on the $15 sets, I'm losing money. On the $20 sets, like the additional ones, I'm making enough to barely cover the cost. So, it's not really supporting me by buying the brushes because I'm offering it up as a kind of service to the community. If you want to support me, the best way to do that is the channel memberships, which is $1.99 a month. That does help out a lot, goes towards StreamYard expenses and different supplies that I'm testing, things like that. Now, when I get to like Legion's Con and I sell it for like a $20 price, well, now I'm not paying, $2 for the packaging material, $7 for shipping. So then I will be able to kind of not only pay for the initial run of brushes, but also hopefully put some money away for the second run that I need to do. So that's kind of the goal there. But so if you are a channel member and you want the brushes, I definitely want to get the brushes to you. But don't feel like if you don't paint that you want to just buy brushes to support me, because really all it's doing is eating up the inventory, and I'm not really making any money off of it. So
I wait till
uh,
Legion's Con to buy some if you want to support them.
there you go. Like I told my kids, like my kids were asking about them, and they're like, how much do we have to pay for? I'm like, I'm not going to charge you for brushes, but I'm also not going to give you a set of brushes for you to throw in your junk drawer either. Like if you're going to use them, let me know, and I
Right.
will give you a set, but don't just yeah, throw it in your junk drawer. So William Golden says hashtag Curtis TV. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I said last night on Offworld that, like, where people could find me this weekend, and then I said if my family wants to see me, well, they can just watch me on YouTube. And let's just say Darla did not like that comment as much as I thought it was funny, but yeah. So then last night we get to bed, and she's like, what would you do if the roles were reversed and I was on YouTube all that time? And I said I would tell you to send me a link so I could join you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that that was the answer she was looking for, um, but yeah, I told her anytime you want to join us on one of our shows, let me know. I'd love to have you on. So I think we're supposed to do something with Schmerber. He contacted us a couple months ago about doing a show, and then I think he just forgot about us. So, um, but we will see. Speaking of shows, Tuesday, Legion's Lair, 100 episodes. So that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know Brad last night said if anybody wants to send them a video, just like congratulating them on their 100 episodes, they'll play it on the show. So hit them up. Should be a good time. Those guys are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Gina says, "Oh my God, the slides. This slides the paint on so nice." Well, there you go. That's cool. Good to hear.
I just love how they feel
Yeah.
between my fingers. They just feel natural.
I really like the ergonomic grip. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know I was on Four-ish Horsemen O'Clock this week, and George was saying that he doesn't like those types of grips. Like he finds it cumbersome. He wants to kind of spin the brush around in his hand. Which, if that's the case, like you can always grip down below that. I know Tanya was doing that last week. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I really like the triangular shape grip. It helps me to kind of hold the
Mm-hmm.
brush and maintain control.
Yeah.
Just kind of mixing up the brown color so I can touch up this helmet. We got about 15 minutes till Double Jointed goes live, so we'll be probably finishing up here soon. Are you getting close to a good stopping point there, Stacy?
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm good to stop whenever.
Cool. We'll give it about another 8 minutes or so. See if this match this color that I did on the helmet so that I can touch this up. It's always interesting when you paint something and then come back to it a few days later and you're trying to match the color that you already did.
Yeah. Tonya mixes more paint and then she puts it in a little thingy. That's really smart. I just try to mix it every time and hope I get what I want to get.
If it depends on, for me, what colors it is. Like right now it's just like I'm mixing up a dark, like a chocolate brown. Like I know I can kind of get there if I just mess with it, but like when I was doing the skin tone on this, or the fur on this, it's such a unique color that I did that. I mixed up and put it in one of these little containers you can get from Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
and then just saved it. So it depends on like how unique the color is on whether I would do something like that. But yeah, definitely a good idea if you know it's a very unique color and you need to go back to it to just kind of mix up a little extra. I haven't seen her in here to check on us. She must trust us.
And yeah, she must.
By the way, folks, not sure if you saw, but Mr. Gerard will not be doing a show this Wednesday. He's actually off the next 2 weeks. He's going to be doing some vacation traveling with family. And so this Wednesday and next Wednesday, we will have a Mod Squad Art by Akerman crossover event. I believe Jesse might be joining us as well. So yeah, we'll be doing some live painting this Wednesday and next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if you're enjoying this morning, tune in for more of it this Wednesday night and next Wednesday night, which couldn't come at a better time for me because I really need to get some projects painted. So, and I like painting with you ladies.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know I need to jump in the studio on Sundays, but usually like well Brian will jump in and I'm, you know, doing laundry or
It was funny. He was in there last week in the studio, and we were like, well, "Where's Stacy at?" And he's like, "She said she was going to work on a dio, and then I don't know where she went. She just disappeared."
I had to do laundry. Someone's got to do the laundry. Someone's got to do the dishes. Someone's got to clean the house. Unfortunately, it's me.
Gotcha.
And like the weekend's pretty much the only chance I have to do it.
Yeah, he was saying he had no idea where you were at. So
Oh, he told me that he told Emil he was in there. That's why I didn't jump in. And I was like, why would you say that?
yeah, Neil wouldn't believe that. He's
I
smart
know.
for that.
Yeah, so
um,
hopefully tomorrow, if I can get, well, I don't know, because I'm going to be at the fair tomorrow, which I don't know. I'm
um,
sure Brian's not going to go to the fair because he doesn't like it.
William says, "Will you hold your head sculpt up, Curtis, please?" So yeah, I don't know how well this is going to come across because these cameras are. It's just not the best. Let me try to shed a little bit more light on it. We'll see if that helps. This is like get in the way here. Hold on. Move this a little bit, and that'll let me move that. There we go. So I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but this is an old My Action Figure Customs head sculpt that I'm using. So this is no longer available, but yeah, that's where I'm at so far. So I've got some areas where the gold has kind of gone into where the brown is supposed to be, and I'm just kind of trying to tighten that up a bit. I still have to do the teeth, but for the most part, this is nearly done. I think I should be able to finish this figure this weekend. I really like how this waist piece came out. Um, this is an example for people like that are like, hey, I've got no artistic ability and I can't do this stuff or whatever. Like this stuff is super easy. Like it's really just paint by numbers, right? Like you look and you go, okay, all these rivets I'm gonna paint gold, and you just tap some gold on there. And then you can just like take your brush for like this chainmail. You can try to dry brush it, which can work, but then you're gonna get it on these other areas as well. But it's raised so high on this chainmail that what you can do is just take a brush like this one here. This is a number one, and just kind of use the side of the brush and just kind of go over the top of this chainmail and like with a gold, and it'll just kind of cover that up, or silver or whatever you wanted to use for the chainmail. There's detail work on here, but none of it is hard. It's very easy stuff to do. But then when you get done, it's like, man, I've seen this piece a billion times on other figures, but with the details painted in a certain way, a certain color scheme, it just makes it pop. So, yep. William says that guy climbed out of the side of an inn. Somebody has been listening to or watching Legion's Quest, because that happened this past week. I tried to climb a building. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't listened to it yet, but yeah, Trevor was keeping something from the group, and so I was trying to steal it from his room, and the door was locked, so I tried to scale the outside of the building to get into his room to get it. It did not go so well for me. I ended up getting knocked off the windowsill by Trevor and collapsed to the ground with no health. So
Oh,
fun
no.
stuff. Yeah. But we have Trevor and I have a love-hate relationship. I love Trevor, he hates me.
Oh, I saw the picture. He loves you.
That's true. Here, let's do this. Will it come up on this? No, if I turn off my camera, it's not gonna. I don't think I'm signed in on this one, but yeah, I normally have the picture of Trevor kissing me,
Mm-hmm.
which has become kind of a Legion's Con tradition now. So, which is like, I was actually with the Burris figure coming out. I was like, man, I want to grow out the beard on my cheeks and stuff now, so that I look more like the Burris character. But
Mm-hmm.
then I know Trevor's less likely to kiss me because he said he doesn't like me having hair on my cheeks. So, yeah, I've got to keep my facial hair the way it is just so Trevor kisses me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Although maybe keeping the hair on my cheeks is how I get him to kiss me on the lips. Maybe
Oh,
that's how that
yeah.
works.
Maybe.
I just heard Darla from downstairs go, whoa, whoa. Trevor says I was keeping nothing from the group. Sure, Trevor, sure. Blake says, question, how do you keep paint from flaking off of flexible pieces versus resin pieces? So first thing is good question. So like a piece like this is completely different material than, say, like a resin piece, or even like your harder plastics, like let's say your torso, right? Like this is a much harder plastic than this is. And like for this, for like a torso, which by the way, I love how this torso came out. Like I did her. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. Normally, I'm not really a big fan of my own work, but I think the muscle tone looks really nice. A lot of shading on the muscles here. But anyway, I digress. You can use pretty much any primer you want on these pieces. It's not going to really matter too much. But for these, you definitely want to use a Citadel primer. And if you use a Citadel primer, typically you're going to be in good shape on here. And then from there, you can paint it however you want. And then after you're done, I would always recommend sealing it. Some people don't seal their work, but I would always recommend sealing it with Mr. Super Clear. It'll put a nice flat matte finish on it, and it really protects any kind of paint from flaking off and that kind of thing. So that would be my answer to that. Stacy, you got anything else that you would throw on there?
Nope. I was gonna say the same thing because I got Mr. Super Clear right here.
Yep. And they've got a few different ones. They've got gloss, they've got matte, and then there's a UV matte and a UV gloss. I usually use the UV matte for most things. But if I'm doing a weapon, like let's say I was going to do this sword and I was going to repaint the blade, I would probably spray it with a Mr. Super Clear gloss first. And if it looked too glossy, then I would spray the matte over top of it and just bring the gloss down a little bit. So you can kind of spray it with a gloss and then do like a spray of matte and then look at it. Is it good? No, it's still too glossy. Spray it with matte again. And you can just kind of keep spraying it with the matte until it gets to the point you want it. So I do have some gloss that I use, but it's mostly for weapons. So all right, it is 9:55. So this is kind of where I'm at. So I've got to do the teeth still on here. Got to touch up a little bit more on the helmet. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint these little rivets gold. I don't think so. Based on the helmet that was on here, it doesn't look like there was any kind of gold around the top. I mean, there's some trim, but no like rivets on the helmet. So I don't know that I'm going to paint these rivets. And then let me take that off. And then I've got, the waist piece that is pretty much finished. Got the pauldrons pretty much finished. I worked on the legs and gauntlets. So this is really coming close to being finished. I should be able to finish this either later today or tomorrow. And then I'll post some pictures on Instagram and go from there. And I'll have a different project to work on this Wednesday when we meet for our next crossover event. What about you, Stacy? Let me embiggen you.
So today I gotta clean my brush. Today I did the gauntlets. So
I'm trying to find the embiggen button. Hold on one second. There, I think that'll work. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks nice.
so I did a little gold accent in there a little bit, and then I did this part. I haven't finished it yet, but
I really like all those colors. That's really cool.
yeah, I mean, I'm just making it as colorful as possible, and then I kind of tested this for skin tone. Not sure if I like it or not. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna keep it or go with something else.
I really like that waist piece on the side, like the different colors on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the alternating colors. That's really cool.
Thanks.
What are
Yeah.
are you mostly using Citadel paints?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have the Pro Acryl.
Hmm.
I have some of those as well. But yes,
Gotcha.
mainly I have Citadel.
Gotcha. Let me change the layout here. We'll go this one. All right, and last but not least, we'll show our thumbs. Let's see what
Oh,
we
yeah.
got. Uh,
My toe
I got
thumb.
I just got a little on my thumbnail, and I got some on the back of my hand, and you've got look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. On my toe thumb.
That's some beautiful thumbnail art. So, um, all right, folks. Thank you for watching. Once again, we will be live again this Wednesday and next Wednesday in Jeremy's normal time slot. So check us out there. Appreciate everybody that hopped in. And until next time, folks, keep creating.
Yep.